Hi people, it's me Anja, my pronouns are she and her, and welcome back to my channel for a new recent reads video. The first book on this list is called Ollie in Between. For those who don't know, this book is a middle-grade contemporary following a young, non-binary main character who's learning how to define womanhood. This story is absolutely so excellent and it's so well done. It was one of my most anticipated 2025 new releases, and I'm so excited that it lived up to the hype, not just because I love it when my expectations all not only met but exceeded, but also, more importantly, as you know, some of my most anticipated 2025 new releases have been disappointing me lately, so it's so exciting when one of them finally lives up to those expectations and exceeds them. This book is so good. First of all, I love the queer representation. I love transgender stories that center on young queer youth. I think they are so incredibly important, and I think that trans children deserve a better future, a happy one and not a bleak one. You know what I mean? Anyway, I digress. The plot is excellent. I love the characters, the family dynamics, the friendships. Everything about the story is so excellent, and it's so well done. I cried 3 different times. I rated this book 5 stars because I absolutely loved it. And I truly fell in love with it from the beginning to the end. Like, everything about it is so good. So anyway, with that said, I would definitely highly recommend it. The next book on this list is called I Love You Small. This story is a YA contemporary following a young sapphic main character who finds an unexpected romance in her rival camp counselor. I was really hesitant to read this book, honestly, just because of the Goodreads average rating for this book. I believe at the time when I read it, it was lower than 3.7, and personally, I tend to avoid books with an average rating of lower than 3.7, just because if on average the majority of the people are rating it 3 stars, you know what I mean? I'm probably going to rate it 3 stars as well. I don't know if that makes any sense, or if anyone else does that too. But anyway, I really enjoyed this book a lot. But I am glad I gave it a second chance because I also gave the author's previous book a second chance because of the same reason, and I rated that book, her middle grade debut, 4 stars. So anyway, I'm so glad that I also rated this book 4 stars because it was so good. It kind of reminded me of like Wish You Weren't Here, just because of the rivals to lovers romance in the summer camp setting and everything. The characters made so much sense together as well as individually. The romance is so well paced and it's so cute. I really enjoyed it. The setting's so cute. I love the friendships and the characters and the plot, and it was so wholesome and explained so well, and everything made sense and everything. So anyway, with that said, like I mentioned before, I rated this book 4 out of 5 stars, and I would definitely highly recommend it. Next book on this list is called Roll for Love. This story is a YA contemporary following a lesbian main character as well as a bisexual main character whose D&D characters are falling in love, but it's like blurring the lines a little bit, if that makes any sense. Anyway, I really wanted this book to remind me of the No Girlfriend Rule, which was a YA sapphic contemporary that I read last year, or maybe the year before, but basically I rated this book 3 stars because frankly, first of all, I found the D&D elements to be distracting, and they detracted from like the real life chemistry between the 2 characters, if that makes any sense. So I kind of felt like sometimes the characters' romantic chemistry in real life did not quite compare to the fictional universes. I don't know if that makes any sense at all, but I did enjoy the friendship and the conversations surrounding queerness in a small town and stuff like that. So anywho, with that said, I rated this book 3 stars. Overall, it was good, it was solid, it was like unproblematic and stuff. It's just that for me, I didn't love the D&D elements as much as I was really expecting to. So anyway, take that as you will. The next book on this list is called Rainbow Fail. This story is a middle-grade contemporary following a young Chinese Muslim main character who is navigating friendship drama, family expectations, and intersectionality. I love it when middle-grade stories tackle and navigate intersectionality because that is something that I wish I had learned about when I was younger. You know what I mean? And it's so deeply relatable as someone who is Black and disabled and Asian and a woman and has multiple disabilities. You know what I mean? Like, the majority of disabled books that I read about, the main character is often also white. So it's annoying to me. Anyway, I digress. This book is absolutely so good and I really, really enjoyed it. First of all, I loved the characters and the friendships and the plot and the setting and whole family dynamics and the culture and everything. This book is so good. It's so wholesome and educational and excellent and well-paced. And I just really, really enjoyed every single second of it. So anyway, overall, I rated this book 4 out of 5 stars, and I would definitely highly, highly recommend it. The last book on this list is called Needy Little Things. This story is a YA speculative mystery contemporary that follows a young Black main character who can basically heal people's needs in her thoughts, if that makes any sense. And basically the plot is she must solve her friend's disappearance before the same thing happens to her. And basically, honestly, I don't like this book at all. And I wish that I hadn't read it, and I wish that I had DNF'd it. Frankly, first of all, her magical powers or whatever felt underdeveloped. Second of all, the ending of this book pissed me off so much. I hate it. It's so incredibly frustrating, and frankly, I think it undermines the entire story and the conversation surrounding especially like racial discrimination and racial profiling and everything like that. Like, this book deserved more, and that ending, frankly, like, made no sense to me. Like, I understand, like, characters being frustrated at the system and everything, and I understand that as a Black reader myself, but, like, their actions made no sense. You know what I mean? I don't mean in a sense that, like, this character is villainized, so obviously his actions are XYZ. I mean in the sense that, like, this character is a sociopath, and he sucks. Anyway, without giving away what I'm referring to exactly, like, I hated the ending, basically. But besides that, like, the romance with the main character, I thought was also underdeveloped. So anyway, overall, I hate this book. I don't like it at all. And I rated it 3 stars. So, take that as you will. So in conclusion, I have found a new favorite of the year, and I don't think I've rated a book 5 stars since February, so that's really nice. But also, on the other hand, I have also found a new least favorite of the entire year, so that's fun. I think that I'm going to film my worst books of the year so far video in the middle of the year instead of at the end of the year, just because that's something that I really enjoyed last year. But anyway, in conclusion, if you enjoy this video, please don't hesitate to give it a big thumbs up. Comment down below the panda emoji if you made it all the way to the end of the video. Thanks for watching. Subscribe to my channel if you're new, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!